His entry into the People's Democratic Party was an exciting one for me. Not many people thought that he would be able to clinch the senatorial ticket of the PDP before the Lagos West. Now, Lagos West is the most populated senatorial district in Nigeria, and for somebody who was then under 40, taking advantage of the then just passed Not Too Young to Roll bill, to clinch that ticket is a testimony to Gbadebo's strength and Gbadebo's determination. I mean, that Lagos West is highly sought after. He was able to clinch it to get in the People's Democratic Party, and he did it by working with so many of our stakeholders, working with so many of the delegates. So he won that ticket and he ran a brilliant campaign. He enjoys campaigning publicly with people. He enjoys listening to them. He enjoys interacting with them, and he had a very, very brilliant run in that election. He scored the highest votes for any Lagosian in that 2019 cycle.
Gbadebo is our son. He has very deep roots in Nigeria, deep roots of people who have given great service to the country and particularly Lagos State. Starting with Justice S. Gbadebo Rhodes, at the beginning of the last century, S. Gbadebo Rhodes was the second Nigerian judge to be appointed to the judicial system. He then moved on in 1943 to the Privy Council. Then my father was a judge. S. Gbadebo Rhodes himself lived at Igboshere, where today you have the Lagos City Town Hall. And my father grew up in the house of S. Gbadebo Rhodes. My father went to study law in England and then came out and became a judge here in Nigeria. His son, my brother, also served in Lagos State as Is Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, served in Lagos State as DPP, and then he eventually went on to become a judge, High Court judge, went to Court of Appeal, and then Supreme Court. He just retired from Supreme Court last year without any blemish. We also have Chief Yinka Rhodes, who was Bamofi of Lagos and lived all his life here in Lagos State.
You could have done so many other things.
Yeah.
Why politics?
Because I feel that we complain too much. My generation, we talk too much, and there are problems that are only going to get worse the more we leave them to fester. And rather than just talking about it, we should start taking action and doing things about it.
Yeah. Gbadebo is my in-law. And what I admire about him is, his passion for youth involvement in politics. I had the privilege of interviewing him during his local government run. And one of the things that stood out for me is his unrelenting, untiring, passionate, commitment to a better Lagos. I believe he deserves an opportunity at whatever position he chooses to run for. Because I see people like him as a breath of fresh air in Nigerian politics. If given an opportunity, I have no doubt in my mind that he will do very, very well. Because he has all the energy, the passion, and the commitment, and the spirit to discharge whatever responsibilities is given.
Prior to that, I want to work on tackling voter apathy. Because it's very important that people participate in politics. We cannot leave election day to the people that just look at their PVC cards as ATMs that yield every 4 years. People that make those kind of decisions can never move the country forward. And a politician that has to spend that kind of money to win an election will never do anything for these people. Because he has to recoup his investment. And two, if he knows that in 4 years' time he has to share money again and he will get what he wants, then there's no motivation to even deliver, especially at the local government level. And what is also very important at a local government level is that it's the most vulnerable people that feel the effect of when the government is not working. So for me, fighting voter apathy, voter education, tackling the working class. Working class is not necessarily elite. It's people that believe in dignity of labor. They get up every morning and they go out to work. If those people if you can convince them to get involved, they will show up and they will not be bought. So tackling that and doing the next one.
Thank you very much, Gbadebo. Simply put, if you're a young person and you're listening, if you're a young person and you're watching, our mumu don't do.
I swear.
Young people, like Taliban would say, our mumu don't do. You have to get up and be counted.
Yes.
It's been nice talking to you. Keep up the good job.
Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour is a gentleman who I'm very well acquainted with. And I do so because I find him as a very honest, trustworthy, hardworking, extremely intelligent, extremely bright, one of the very, very best out of the crop of, should I call it, next-gen politician. But his time is now. He's bright, resourceful, can think out of the box, fits the bill, ticks too many boxes, competent, able, articulate, honest, authentic. The adjectives just go on and on. But I'm saying this not from a position of flattery, but from a position of truth and honesty. What you see is what you get, and he's a true Omoluabi.
After the elections, he did not relent. He was still attending public hearings, advocating for youth involvement, and was very active during the NSAS movement. Position or not, I actually think that he's always been for the people. I also believe that he's been called to serve. He is a husband and a father.
So when people say the world is a global village, we also have to understand that there are several parts of the world that have put prohibitive bans on this technology. This includes the European Union, and it also includes countries like Japan that are technological giants in this country and have chosen to put the safety and well-being of their citizens first.
Gbadebo is a nice person. When he came to this party, I know the way it's in terms of mobilizing people, dealing with people, and very, very respectful.
My people, my sisters, my brothers, please, I read all the things you have been saying on the road. I was hearing everything. If it was Aeroland, if it was this, it's all right. It is not you. It is not you that sent me to go and become servant. It's me that decided I want to be servant. So I must take it. It's part of it. The day I make all of you happy, you too, I pray that you too will praise me. And if you have criticized me today, when I make you happy, you will praise me. So please, can we start the meeting now? Am I forgiving?
Very good morning to everyone from south of France, Côte d'Azur. My name is Slimane Jedidi. I'm the owner and founder of Gbadebo Consulting Group. We are experts in oil and gas and food commodity sourcing and trading. We have partners all around the world. And Mr. Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour is our trusted partner. But before that, he's our true friend. And we support him.
Lagos is working. Where is it working? Where is Lagos working? Is it going? Apart from Ikoyi, Lagos is not working. Don't you think they are away go? What I say? No so sir. You will think she by that level. Lagos is working.
I just want to say a few things I know about the man we call Chinedu Gbadebo. Chinedu is an energetic, young, intelligent, articulate gentleman. I mean, if I will begin to talk about him, it will take me the whole day. A young man of his age, what he knows about Nigeria, his ambition of what Nigeria should be where we should be by this time. You begin to wonder at that age where he grabs all this very knowledge. And the first time I met him, it was through his mother, who is our own daughter. And setting my eyes on him, I just like him as a person. And ever since then, I have been close to him, despite the fact that we are not of the same age bracket. But I picked interest in whatever he's doing. For sure, I will tell you people that he's an in-law. He's married to one of the men revered gentleman daughter in Iboland. He's our son, our grandson, and the mother came from a place that I so much love, because my baptismal father is from that village, Azumin, Dr. Emiche. I mean, I'm talking about the 60s, who took care about me. So the pedigree is so wonderful, and I believe that if by any chance we have any reason to say we want to believe the person we trust, I think Is Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour is a man I can tell you of.
Gbadebo has always shown leadership qualities. Looking back now, I remember during the 1993 June 12 rioting, we had dropped them off at school, himself and his siblings, at Ladi Oluwole Chrisland School, and went on to Lagos Island where we were working. While we were in Lagos Island, rioting broke out, and we had problems coming back to Lagos to pick them from school. But to my amazement, by the time we got back home to school, they had gone. And I was wondering how they came home. By the time we came back home, we saw him and his siblings. And we asked him what happened. He said he was there, we were running helter-skelter. He didn't want to enter the car. He just carried them and even took our neighbor's 3 children. I said, how did you? He said he carried my neighbor's child because that one was younger. He bagged that one and they got back home. And I looked at it, I said, this boy, he has empathy to help others and to lead. Because it takes a lot of grace for somebody at that age to be able to take 6 other children plus himself, 7, and walk from Ladi Oluwole to Obasa Road. Then secondly, it showed again why he was graduating in EAB in Paris. During their graduation ceremony, a white boy stood up to tell the whole world that he was graduating that day thanks to Gbadebo. He said because he was having issues getting done with his studies, but Gbadebo was spending time during winter to take him out of the school to go and lecture him. And based on that, he was able to graduate. You know, it really made Nigerians, they are very proud.
Empathy is number one. And empathy is not something you just get. Empathy comes from relationships, interactions, you know. It affects the way you make policy. It affects the way you govern.
So with 243,000 votes, 243,000 people entrusted Gbadebo with their senatorial mandate, unfortunately was less than what the APC got. That election was rigged. Violence broke out in about 3 local governments. Those 3 local governments, their combined voting population was about 90-something thousand, whereas the margin of victory that the APC was claiming was about 79,000. So ordinarily, those 3 local governments should have been cancelled. And Gbadebo again pushed on to the tribunal. He took the case to the tribunal, and I know how much he had committed to that election in terms of his mental energies, in terms of his physical energies, in terms of his financial resources. But he decided that he was going to go ahead and push the case at the tribunal. Those are the kind of people that some of us in PDP always love. So he's not someone that you can underestimate. He might have a gentle mien, He has a gentle, calm and gentle disposition, but I know him very well. He's somebody who, once he sets his eyes on something, he goes all out for it. He goes all out. When I think of him, I remember there's a Yoruba adage that says "Agbatolo mininu ke pariwo." That means, you know, a drum. It's only the empty barrel that makes noise. So Gbadebo is not someone who just makes noise. Or rather, there's another proverb that actually captures it for me, which is that you know, you might see him and think, you know, is this lightweight, but he is somebody who is very solid on the inside and also physically too, in terms of campaigning and contesting. So for me, I think, you know, he's one of the brightest of our generation. He is one of the most committed to the cause of the people, and he is definitely a bright and shining star within the political firmament. The sky is only the starting point for Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, in my opinion.
Hi Gbadebo, how are you? I can speak how I was pleased, very pleased to work with you on a Sabbatical project. I very much appreciate your modern and innovative vision on the planning together a new city. I think that this characteristical make you a good political. I hope that we'll meet again for conclude the Dika project and start new project with you. Good luck, Gbadebo, good luck.
We call him GRV. Also refer to him as the man with the empathy. Because there is no time we were talking to him, he's always after the interest of the people. I was his coordinator in 2019, and all through the election, down to the tribunal.
Hi, my name is JP Calma from the Philippines. I met GRV at MIT in a class called Structuring Low-Income Housing for Developing Countries by Professor Gothard. As far as I remember, his focus has always been on affordable housing and the concept of affordable luxury. He was the one who opened my eyes with our conversations on mass customization and new ideas of home delivery innovation. I believe GRV has always been committed to helping his fellow men to access affordable housing, even back in school 15 years ago. And presently, I'm working with him, and he intends to do this through our collaboration through a tech company called HomeCube, which offers home building and empowers the users with AI and blockchain.
Good day, my name is Akin Lauri. I'm a pastor and I'm also an industrialist. I want to speak about Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, whom I've known for over 11 years. He comes from a very good family background, well-trained, well-behaved man, and well-schooled. He's an architect, a businessman, and a politician. I've had cause to work with Gbadebo over the years with one or two projects, and one of particular note was the one he designed for us. The design was amazing, and she speaks to the kind of training that he has and background. At good cost, showing integrity, and of course it was delivered right on time. I've known him, I've paid attention to his works in various ways, and I really want to recommend him for great jobs. I want to recommend him in the business space. I want to recommend him in the political space. He has age on the side for me at my age, gazing at 60. I believe these are people that can really define the future of our country. He has integrity, he has capacity, he has knowledge, and I believe these are the kind of people that can drive this nation to the promised land.
Gbadebo Chinedu, as we call him on this side, is my nephew. The mother, Mrs. Kechi Rhodes-Vivour, is my sister. Gbadebo has an interest in helping the common people. In fact, it's a passion which is in him. Hence his foray into politics and governance. The whole idea is to contribute, like other young people, millions of young people across Nigeria and the world, his utmost best for a better society.
I know seeing Gbadebo grow from when he started with his campaigns, it's always been, so amazing a mobilizer. He's been so fully focused on governance and the people. And what more of is a trip with him is that he's actually a relatable and easy person to meet up with and talk to. So Gbadebo has always driven, a people-conscious or an electorate-centric position on issues. And now it's not even about the party or the vehicle he's in, because it was great watching him go to from COA to PDP and run for the Senate and pull quite over 200,000 votes. His continuous drive over the years we've been together has always been for love of country. I would say Gbadebo is a fine gentleman, and he's someone who is to watch in the future. The future of this country, of course, will be a vehicle which Gbadebo Rhodes, of course, is in.
Gbadebo, I've watched the last couple of years, has shown strong courage, vigor, and determination to bring change to Lagos. He has been persistent, consistent in his desire to stay in politics, despite all the odds. We as Nigerians need a new direction, and I honestly believe a new direction must come from the younger people. We cannot afford any longer to make mistakes of the past. We must hold the bull by the horn. Gbadebo has a pedigree, energy, and strength to bring this change. It is critical at this moment that we get all of you involved in this movement. It reminds me very much of my younger brother, late Akitoye Rhodes, who started his political season during the Abacha period, and his desire to change Lagos. I believe that we must now see this as probably the last chance we've got, especially the young ones. You guys have to join us in changing Nigeria's direction.
It's important that the time of sleeping should just end, and we also have to wake up to things. Therefore, where we need to register as voters registration, I tell you to do it. Go ahead and do it, because you can exercise your right to put somebody in power and to also remove somebody. Hello? So you need to have your voter's card. If you don't have your voter's card, then you probably want to go and look for a gun to remove somebody. We don't need guns. We need the voter's card. It's more powerful than guns. You hear me? And also, it's not out of place. It's not out of order. If you are a member of a political party, it's for you to decide, look around, and choose which of the parties you want to vote for, or you want to be a member of. Get your card, so that when they are talking, you can also talk. I want you to just rally around and talk to people, talk to your friends about our beloved brother and friend, and I'm sure we'll be happy for it by the time the election is done. Now, the election is around the corner. You see campaigns, posters everywhere, so it's important that we are active. Put the people you want to be in power there. Don't stay at home on the day of election. Make sure you have a card. Be involved. It was in the words of Frantz Fanon in his book, Wretched of the Heart. It says, every spectator is either a traitor or a coward. So if you are spectating, you are either a traitor or you are a coward. But I'm sure we are God's children, we are not traitors and we are not cowards, because we have not been given the spirit of fear. So I want to encourage you all, please stand behind our brother, and God bless you.